Unit 1 is limits and continuity graphically. So we'll be looking at graphs, we'll be talking about what a limit is, and we actually discussed that at the very end of last year in pre-calc. So lesson 1.1 starts out pretty basic. It's finding limits graphically. They're just one-sided. Before we even get to limits, we need to review something that's known as just a function value. This is something you learned back in Algebra 1, maybe even pre-algebra. It'll look like this, where it's f of x. Or in calculus now, a lot of times they'll say f of a, since x shows up in other places. But f of x, or f of 3, means what is the point, or what is the y value when x is 3. So where is x equals 3? What y value's with it? So you would come to your graph, find x is 3. Two options here. There either is something here or something down here. The way we know what to pick is the one that is the closed circle. This means there doesn't really exist. An open circle means there's nothing really there. So the y value at this point when x is 3 is -2. That's it. All right, number 2, f of 4. If I come here where x is 4, I either have an open or another open. Well, neither one of these exist. So there should be a button that you'll push that'll say undefined. We also use that for describing vertical slopes. Undefined means we can't define it with a numerical value. All right, on to the limits. A limit is not the same as a function value. That's why they're both in this lesson, to distinguish between them. A limit is what y value are we approaching, and when it's getting closer and closer to that x value. So it'll look like this. It'll say LIM for limit as x approaches your number, -4, from the left of your function f of x. Well, this is our whole function f of x. It's actually a piecewise function because it's got a linear function and a quadratic, and they have it split right here at -4. So if I look where x is -4, think of that being a vertical line that separates that. Let me use my pen. Coming from the left side will be coming from this side. So I would want to follow this line till I get to where x is -4. That y value there is -2. So that is the limit. If I were to say what is f of -4, I would not say that because it's an open circle. But again, limits are different from function values. There can be open points there. Number 4, we're finding the limit of this function f of x as x approaches 3 from the left. 3 is here. Again, picture a vertical line splitting your graph from the left, from the right. We want to follow from the left. Think about what this is at 2. So you're just finding the y value. All right, now we're going to do the same thing, but coming from the right. So now we're going to x is -2, but from the right. -2 is here. Right side of my graph would be over here, so I want to come from the right until I get to a y value of 1. And then number 6, approaching 3 from the right side of the graph would be this piece. Follow, follow, follow. I'm actually on the x-axis, which is a y value of 0.